All right, everyone, welcome back. I'm trying something a little bit different. I'm going to show some things on screen recording and then have myself here in the video as well. Today we're going to talk about crafting an ad, also writing a script and the pre-production phase for a motion graphic ad in general, also storyboards later. Now, before I get started, here's a little disclaimer. Just me personally, my opinion on a hot topic, AI. If you gave me a button to press that could wipe out, get rid of all AI, but also all of the internet and social media and everything digital, I would press that button immediately. Okay. I am also a hypocrite. So I say that, and of course I do graphic design. I basically live my life on the computer, on the internet, and using the programs associated with graphic design, and in this case motion graphics. So yes, I would quickly get rid of all of it, and yet here we are. The reason I'm saying that is because I'm actually going to show some AI tools today. Not because I'm happy about them, not because I love them, just because that's the world we live in now. They exist, and they're quickly being used in the creative industry, specifically in ad agencies, to kind of churn out work faster than ever. So I'm going to show you some stuff today, but by no means is that my preference. It's just the way it is. All right, so let's get started. First off, I have uploaded a guide for creating good ads. You can see here. This is mostly from stuff taken from the internet, but compiled for those of you who are wanting to write and create your ad from scratch. Again, the ad in this case can be interpreted very loosely, but also it can be something that you invent. So if you are going with advertising a product or a service, feel free to invent your own product or service. Or you can make an ad for an existing company, whatever it is, you have those options. But for those of you wanting to write the ad from scratch, here is a guide that you can look over. Now, that being said, because this is a motion graphics course, it is not an English course, it's not a writing course, it is not even an advertising course. I don't expect you to spend too much time learning everything about the advertising industry, okay, and making good ads. All right, that's not what this course is about. We're here for motion graphics. So in order to speed up the process, that is why we're going to be talking about some AI stuff. So what I'm just going to show you today is an option. You can use AI to help get through the pre-production phase, get your ad created, written, and even turn it in, use text to speech to turn it into a voiceover audio file. All right, so I'm just going to show you something that I have here. This is, of course, in ChatGPT. This is a prompt I started with. Create a script for a 15-second TV ad that aims to convince people to use less plastic. It should obey the following guide. And then I literally copied and pasted this whole guide that I just showed you here in Canvas, and I'll also have it down below in the video. I just copied and pasted that in there so that it gives ChatGPT something to work with, a kind of its own guidelines in how to make a good ad, instead of just kind of leaving it up to chance. So when I did that, this is what it came up with, but it was a little bit too depressing. You can see the audio cues, somber piano notes, and then the VO voiceover, drowning in plastic, our oceans are suffocating. For something like a motion graphics project, we want things that probably have a little more energy. So I just prompted it again, make it more energetic and tailored for a simple animated motion graphic video ad. And then we got something that's a little bit more the tone that we're going for. All right, so that's in ChatGPT, but we're gonna go from scratch. I'm gonna actually copy and paste the same prompt, and we're gonna go to Google's AI Studio. Now, some of you may be familiar with Google Gemini. Gemini works, but it's better to actually go to aistudio.google.com, and you can be logged in with your Gmail account. This allows you to use for free Google's most updated language models. In this case, Gemini 2.5 Pro Preview 0506. This is actually going to be a better model than if you just go to the Gemini website, unless they've updated things recently. So I would recommend going to aistudio.google.com. And then when you're here, I'm going to copy and paste that prompt in here. And I'm going to press run. And this is happening in real time, so we will see what Google gives us together and also how it compares to ChatGPT. Now, I will be prepared to maybe prompt it a little bit more to get an ad that, again, fits the tone of what I'm going for, just like I had to do in ChatGPT. All right. And you can see everything is being written. We'll give it a few seconds. It actually also gives it a breakdown according to the guidelines. So this is what we're working with. It also, so this is, I think this is working really well. It gives the target audience persona, it gives a goal, core message, and the script. Okay, scene opens with a quick, almost subliminal flash of a plastic bottle on a beach, then immediately cuts to a vibrant, clean park or ocean scene. Voiceover, let's go to the voiceover. Tired of plastic everywhere, you have the power to change it. One less piece every single day, small change, big impact. Choose to reuse, make the switch today. Our planet will thank you. Pretty straight to the point. I think that could work. But again, let's try the same prompt. I'm going to type in, make it more energetic and tailored to an animated motion graphic ad. And we'll let that run. So I like the results, and hopefully that will get it even a little closer to what we want to work with. All right, while that is running, again, just to reiterate, please don't feel like just because I'm showing this in a video, it's something that you have to do. You can even, I'm open to you even getting an ad that already exists. If you want to reuse a radio spot, some sort of TV ad or something where if you feel comfortable extracting the audio from, let's say, a YouTube video, which a lot of you probably do know how to do. You can find that on YouTube or Google tutorials, things like that. I'm not going to show it here. We don't have time for that, but that is an option. Okay, so here's the final piece, and I want to get rid of all this other stuff that is added. It's, you know, it's very descriptive, but I want to have just the script that I can copy and paste. So I'm gonna complement it. Great. Now put the entire script together in one paragraph that I can easily copy and paste into a text to speech program. Let's see if it gets this right. Here it is. All right, so now I'm going to copy and paste this script. It looks small, but again, this is only a 15-second ad. You'd be surprised how fast it can go. Okay, so if you, again, in Google AI Studio, actually I'll just click on here. If you go to generate media, and then you see a Gemini speech generation, generate high quality text to speech with Gemini. This is where you can get the voiceover without having to record it yourself. Now I'm gonna have a single speaker audio, so I'm gonna change this. And then I'm gonna paste the script in here. I'm gonna say read aloud in a tone appropriate for an animated motion graphic ad that is 15 seconds long on the topic of reducing plastic. All right, we'll run it. Again, this is all happening in real time, so you can change the voice here. So we'll see how that looks.
One simple switch, huge power in your hands. See that? Grab your reusables. Make the change now. Less plastic, more awesome.
Let's try a different informative. All right, we'll run this last one. No matter what happens, we're going to go with it, even if it doesn't sound great. Now, while that is running,
Plastic overload? Flip the script. One simple switch, huge power in your hands. See that? Grab your reusables. Make the change now. Less plastic, more awesome.
Okay, we're just going to use it. I think this is something I'd probably have to prompt a little more. Maybe taking out some of the exclamation marks and probably changing the script a little bit. Now that I'm, looking a little bit closer, it's probably just a little bit too much in general. Anyway, you get the idea. So here I can click on the little 3 dots, and then I can download it. And you can put in I'll just put it in my demo files. Let's see, VO plastic, and I'll save it there. Okay, one other option instead of the Google Studio is called 11 Labs. 11labs.io, spelled out, the word 11labs.io. This is one of the best text-to-speech AI generators. So we're going to try the same thing. And I've copied and pasted. I've chosen the voice. I don't know anything about these. We're just going to see what happens. Let's generate the speech now.
Plastic overload. Flip the script. One simple switch, huge power in your hands. See that? Grab your reusables. Make the change now. Less plastic, more awesome.
That actually sounds a little more natural to my ears. Let's try, it gives me 2 generations. Let me try the other one.
Plastic overload? Flip the script. One simple switch, huge power in your hands. See that? Grab your reusables. Make the change now. Less plastic, more awesome.
Okay, so the first one was better. I'm gonna go ahead and download that as well. So that is one quick way, even if you do write your own script, if you don't feel comfortable recording yourself, or you just don't have good equipment, the phone can work. The phone's, if you're in a good environment, it's not too noisy around, it could possibly have a good recording. But at the very least, you can copy and paste the script, even in one that you've written yourself, into one of these generators, and then download the file. All right, and then once you do that, you think about music. Now, the background music is something that can change. It might shift as you're working through the animation. But I would go ahead and have it in your mind to be thinking about what kind of music is appropriate and the pacing. If it's a faster beat or something slower, that can affect how you animate all the text and shapes, illustrations. They need to work together. So even if you change the music as you go, I would still recommend finding something at least to start with. Now, to do that, there's a lot of places where you can get royalty-free music. Now, this project is not going to be used for commercial purposes. I also don't care if you use something that is copyrighted. It's just a project that you're doing to learn motion graphics and making ads. But I would go ahead and kind of get into the practice of using the YouTube audio library. So let's look at that now. So when you're logged in with your YouTube account, your Google account, you can go to studio.youtube.com or just do a search for YouTube audio library. And all of these tracks are available to use to download, royalty-free, copyright-free, all of that free for use on any video that goes online. So you can search or filter the library, which is quite big now. So let's just say I know the genre. I want something, we'll just do pop. And then I want the mood to be, let's just say something to match the voiceover. Maybe we'll just do inspirational. And then duration, let's just try shorter than 30 seconds. Okay, so that probably, most of them are going to be regular songs, so we'll get rid of that filter. And let's see something here. Okay, so there's about 51 results with the filters that I put in here. So it might take some time to go through that. If you go through all 51 and let's say I didn't like any of them, I might change the mood, the filter for the mood to something that's like bright or happy. You do that, and then down there's 197 tracks. So there's quite a lot to sort through. So that can take some time, just going through and listening to these music tracks of what might work for your animation. Okay, so you have the script, you have the voiceover, you have the music. We'll talk about editing all the audio and including sound effects at a later time. Finally, for this video, I want to show the storyboarding process. Now, again, we're going to go through this very quickly. I have here an Illustrator just because I love Illustrator. It feels very natural to me to kind of make this grid. And these scenes, this can be done digitally in Illustrator or on a tablet. You can print out storyboard templates and do it freehand. Just get a pen or pencil and start drawing the frames on a sheet of paper. All of that is totally fine. So in this case, just so I can have the screen recording, I have 8 cells here. And this is where I have my script. Where was it? Right here. I have that copied and pasted. Another scene for flip the script. And I would do the whole thing for every cell, every frame or scene of my animation. And then this is where I might start doing some freehand drawing. I'm just use the brush tool just because it's easy right now. Let's just say I make a plastic bottle. Not so great. Maybe some sort of straw. Some sort of bottle cap. Okay, I'm doing it very quickly. It's very rough. But this might be where you start kind of drawing out how it looks. If I'm going to have a bunch of these different plastic illustrations kind of floating around, maybe kind of cramming in on the frame, I might just like really map that out. And I have here on the lines underneath the voiceover, also some notes about the animation. Like I could type in here, I'm kind of going to copy and paste this. Let's just say plastic pieces are wiggling and cramped in the frame. To kind of get the idea that there's just too many. This is the process I'm going through. For your work, your project, this is turned in, the storyboard is turned in, you just need to have the whole script storyboarded out, and then the frames very, very loosely drawn. You can use stick figures or whatever. I mean, stick figures are for humans. You probably won't have human figures in this video. Even if it's going to be a very text-based ad, you can have, what does it look like when it's there on the screen? Is it going to be big, or is it going to be, something really small and minimal? Like, let's just give us an idea of what the video is going to look like. How is it going to look and feel? And then you make any notes on audio, sound effects, changes in the voice or changes in the music, anything that we need to know that helps you kind of plan out every scene within these 15 seconds. So the storyboard, some people get really deep into making beautiful storyboards. That's not required for this. What's required for you turning in your storyboard for the project is you just need to have your script in there. You need to give us an idea of what visuals are going to align with the script, and then other details, planning out things like audio. All right, so that is a pre-production phase for this project, the motion graphics ad. And in future videos, we'll look at some more techniques in animating in After Effects, stuff that's a little bit more tailored towards this project, and then specifically some more tutorials in editing the audio that goes with the animation. All right, keep an eye out for those videos, and I will talk to you then.